We have had access to some data with regard to previous accounts for the estate, and I should also mention that there's been previous work done prior to myself and Duncan getting involved in this most recent study. So some of the work has come from earlier pieces of work that have been done as well, which have come to the same conclusions, that the estate has a significant level of existing income streams, which is very, very welcome for any estate, but particularly for a community organisation looking to take on the ownership of an estate, because it's an excellent starting point when there's already existing income sources with very little in the way of any liabilities or overhead costs for that organisation to have to bear from the very beginning. And it's quite unusual. Most of the community buyouts that have been undertaken in the Western Isles have not necessarily had this level of income, but have been saddled with a lot of overheads due to having buildings and various things that need to be maintained. So we have looked at the existing position, and we're satisfied that it's a healthy position for any community to take on. Croft rents only bring in around about £3,000 of income, and that reflects the relatively low level of croft rents as is experienced across all crofting estates. The majority of the income comes from telecom masts and fish farm income, but there's also some income from sporting, wayleaves, minerals in the way of quarry leases as well. So there's a good mix of relatively good income there, with the telecom masts continuing to provide that level of income over the next 10 to 17 years. So there's a long period of time that that income will still be enjoyed over. There are development opportunities that will be looked at by the community in terms of directly delivering projects and enabling projects and potentially working in partnership. And these will be the development activities that will be taken on subsequent to community ownership. At the moment, the proposals include employing a part-time development manager to help take forward some of the development projects, and an administrator as well, so that these are locally based jobs in the Bay-Saharis estate area that will directly employ people in Harris, whereas at the moment the estate doesn't generate any direct jobs on Harris itself. At the moment, there's a proposal that within the development financial projections that we've pulled together, that there would be between 10 and 20,000 per annum set aside for crofting or community development projects. Now, this wouldn't just be put directly into the project itself. It would be helping to leverage other funding sources as well. So it might be a common grazings coming together to deliver a project collectively, that they can access other grant funding with some assistance perhaps from the estate, but also some of their own contribution as well. In the development financial projections that we've pulled together, there's a proposal for 1 to 2 housing projects to be delivered in the first 5 years. And also that the housing project would be linked with business units. And the use of the existing funds would be to leverage new projects and development projects that would help the community overall. So the detail is available, and it will be available within the feasibility study in terms of what's being proposed. But the idea would be that the 83,000 of additional income that would be available each year would be used to generate new sources of projects that would deliver community benefit and financial benefit for future years.